Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. If you are new, welcome, and if you're not new, thank you so much for coming back for another video. In today's video, we are doing another black owned makeup brand full face, okay? And yeah, hopefully we bring in some brands to the forefront that you may not have heard about. So if you want to see how I achieved this full face, see what brands I used and the products and my thoughts on them, then definitely stay tuned. Hey you guys, we are back for another black owned makeup brand video, so let's hop right into it. So for primer today, I am using the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Primer. Yeah, just using this primer. It is a, hefty cost. There's a hefty cost associated with this primer, but I like it, and I like the smell that it has to it as well. Packaging does not match with the price tag or with the other, packaging that you come to expect from Pat McGrath, like with her eyeshadow palettes and things like that. So whether or not you want to make this purchase, it is up to you. The foundation that we're using, I have used it on my channel once before, and it is the Uoma Beauty foundation, and I'm in the shade Brown Sugar T3W, and here's what it looks like. I think I've only used this foundation 2 or 3 times since I've purchased it, so yeah, definitely wanted to bring it back to the channel today. Beautiful coverage here with this foundation. I had some issues pumping it out just because I haven't used it in quite a while, so I've got about I would say 1.5 pumps on my face. This foundation is drying down to, I would say, like a satin finish. I think that looks nice, and I'm sitting in front of my window, and I think the color match is beautiful with my chest. I think it looks nice. Yes. For concealer, Uoma Beauty in Brown Sugar T3. So I think this will give me a little bit of brightness, but it's not going to give me too much. So I think that concealed my eyes very nicely. Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. And I'm going to use that with my sponge. I really do like this powder. I think it is a bit expensive for what you get, which seems to be par for the course for Pat McGrath's complexion products, but it is really nice. My under eye looks very nice and smooth and matte and beautiful. For setting the rest of my facial areas where I concealed, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Evolution Powder in the shade Deep Peach. I got this in a mini size, and because I wasn't sure which shade I wanted, so I picked Deep Peach during her 30% off complexion product sale. So this is what it looks like. It is, a nice shade. Okay, and that powder is so finely milled. It's really beautiful, but it is made with cornstarch, so if you have a problem with that ingredient, I know some people do, then you'll want to stay away from this powder, but I do want to get this in like other shades. All right, so for contour, I am going to use another Danessa Myricks product. It's Power Bronzer. I thought it said powder bronzer. I thought it said powder bronzer. It's a cream bronzer. I have it in the shade Deep. She only has 3 shades in this bronzer. Here is the compact here, Danessa Myricks Beauty, and then here is what it looks like. So I have dipped my finger in this. Here is what a little tiny bit of it looks like on my finger. And oh my gosh, I just changed you, girl. And then that's what it looks like. So this, you can see from the swatch, it's super pigmented. So I'm going to go in with a very light hand. I have yet to use this on my face. All I did was swatch it. So we're going to see how this goes. So I just tapped my brush in a little bit, and let's see how it goes. I don't want to do too much. All right, you guys can see that there. I'm going to leave that and then go on the other side with whatever's left. blending in very nicely. All right, so I put that down. I'm gonna get a little more. This is gonna last forever. This is gonna last forever because it is so pigmented. But I would definitely go with a light hand, especially if you're my skin tone or lighter. There is a medium shade, but Kinky Sweat used the medium shade on her channel. She just released her Danessa Myricks video, and it's a huge jump between medium and deep. So yeah, definitely check her video out to see what the medium bronzer looks like on her skin tone. But let you guys see what it looks like on the skin. So we have the contour, or like, she calls it a bronzer. I consider it more of a contour just because the sheer depth of it. I'm gonna go ahead and set that with a bronzer. This is from the Lip Bars. I have this Fresh Glow bronzer and blush duo, and this is in the shade Double Date. And so we've got the Booed Up bronzer, which is on the top. That's what this one looks like. That's the Booed Up bronzer. And then the blush is here in Wine and Dine. And so that's a nice orange glowy blush. It's called a highlighting blush if you like read the instructions. So I'm gonna go, I have used this. I have used this on my face, of course, swatched it and all that jazz. So we're just gonna talk about this right now. I'm gonna take my Sonia G, I just wiped this off, my Sonia G Designer Pro, and I'm just gonna get a tiny bit of this product because this is no joke. And I'm just gonna go over what we just laid down from Danessa Myricks. This has a lot of kick up, so if you're not careful, you can get too much. Extremely pigmented. I'm gonna show you guys a swatch here in a bit, but this is another product that is gonna last forever. At least for me, because I'm, you know, trying a lot of new stuff a lot of times. But this isn't even the darkest option that they have. So it's really nice that this is so rich and they have one that is deeper than this. This is the shade, the color of the bronzer. And I'm gonna swatch that next to my Danessa Myricks here. Okay. And now for the blush portion, I'm gonna swatch this for you right now. It's here. Right there. And then on the hand. Look at that. You can see how shiny that is. So they call it a highlighting blush. I did not expect it to be that glowy. Like, it's real glowy for them to consider it a blush at all. So, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on the cheeks. It is a beautiful shade though. I really like an orange blush on my skin. And it goes on nicely. It's not too intense, but you're definitely glowing with this. So whether or not you want to use a highlighter with this is up to you. You definitely don't need it. This could be your highlight. So I would consider this more like a blush topper, but I want you guys to see what it's like on its own. All right, so it's safe to say we don't need any more glow, but that doesn't matter here. I feel like the theme, I mean, you know, on the past few of my videos has been glow, 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 glow. So why not continue on that journey? All right, more from Danessa Myricks. I picked up 2 of the Dew Wet Balms. The packaging is really nice on these. I mean, it looks just basic black, but it's really sturdy packaging. And it's got this little like gold, you know, paneling. I don't know why I like this box so much, but it's really cute. So I got these in the shades Morning Dew. Let me show you what that one looks like. All right, Morning Dew here. And then Hot Water. think she's got about 5 options in this product. Here's what hot water looks like. Here's hot water. Can you see that? I'm wondering if you can. Here is hot water. You can kind of see the shade there. So here is Morning Dew. Right, okay. You can, on my fingers, you can see the difference. This one has like a golden, like white iridescence to it, and this one is more, you know, bronze toned. But let's watch it on the skin. All right, this is hot water, and then this is Morning Dew. And now, can you guys see a difference? I think I'm gonna put one on each side just to make sure that we can see a difference on the face. But these are, like you can see from the swatch, very shiny. It wants the intent is for you to look real dewy and stuff like that. I'm gonna go in with Morning Dew on the right side, and I'm gonna use my sponge. Just, yeah, I wanna use my sponge. Wow, that is pretty cool looking. If you don't want to shine, then don't get this. Okay, and maybe I shouldn't have used my sponge with this. Maybe I should have used something different. Okay, and now I'm gonna go with this side of the sponge where I was blending in my concealer and all that, and just go over just to make sure that it's blended. I think that looks nice. Here we go. That's pretty. And I don't think it's too dewy either. So I think, like, if I go ahead and buff with like a nice translucent type powder, then it'll really, you know, blend in really nicely and look really good on the skin. I like that. On the other side with the hot water shade, I don't know, this one just seems like it's more dewy. Like it's got more of a covering of gloss or something. I don't know. It's like a different formula, it feels like. I don't know. And so this one, this hot water, is giving more of a, like, if you put Vaseline on, maybe. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna try it with my sponge over here just to mimic the same application style that we used on the other side. Hey, and that is what hot water is looking like. It's looking more like dewy, and I think the color of it is just allowing it to blend right into my skin. So like I was saying, so you get more of a golden hue with this one, the Morning Dew, versus this hot water. This one just feels like it's a different consistency. It's just a little bit more glossy, sticky kind of feel to it, versus this one over here. It feels like a drier formula, so you're getting more effect of the color and stuff than you are with this one. So I would pass on this if I knew that, you know, if I knew then what I know now, I would have passed on this one and continued on with the purchase of this one. But these will be beautiful bases for your powder highlights, just like any cream, you know, highlight would be. So I'm gonna set the rest of my face, and for that I'm gonna use the black Opal setting powder in the shade Dark. All right, and here is this. I've had this for forever. Yeah, I've had it for forever. Now, this one looks a little bit rich. I used to have Deep. I got rid of that one. I decluttered that. All right, so I'm just gonna use this Juvia's Place brush and a little of that powder, not too much, and just press this over my face. So that's that. Now I'm gonna do my brows off camera. It's gonna be the Fenty brow powder, or Fenty brow pencil. I'm gonna prepare my lids. the Fenty primer for the lids, and then we're gonna come back for the eyeshadow. All right, you guys, so we're back. I did put concealer over my lids as well, the Uoma Beauty concealer. So the eyeshadow palette we're gonna be getting into today is by Klarity Kosmetics, and it is the Python palette. This palette came out sometime last year, and it's just absolutely stunning. Now, here is the color story here. All these beautiful cool tones with the pops of yellow. Stunning. I really like this palette. Now, I must say that this palette is not in stock, but hear me out. I am sharing this with you because they are coming back with this in a mini version sometime, you know, soon. So, and then I also wanted to highlight another Black owned makeup brand eyeshadow you know, company that is not the, you know, mainstream kind of, you know, not Fenty or Pat McGrath, Color Rain or Juvia's Place. Those are the first ones that come to my mind when I think of Black owned like eyeshadow that is, you know, really fantastic. Well, not Fenty, I don't know nothing about their eyeshadows, but anyways. So this is a Black owned makeup brand, Klarity Kosmetics. They have a few palettes on their website right now. One is like blue and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, then I would say check that out. And then they also have one that has a similar color story to this, and it's called the chocolate palette. It is in a smaller version. But yeah, I think it has a similar color story to this, but not 100%. So I wanted to show this to you guys mainly to showcase the brand, of course. Give you guys a heads up that this palette is coming back in a smaller version, and then also to share with you guys the quality of the eyeshadow so that if you are interested, you can run over to their website and check out what palettes they have available right now if you want to, you know, purchase. So with all that being said, let's get into the look. All right, and I'm gonna put some swatches here as well so you guys can see how beautiful these shadows are. Go in with the shade Slither. This is this gray toned shade here. It's a little bit, you know, it's more of a taupe, not gray. I'm gonna put that in the transition area and just blend that all over. So I'm going with a light hand with that, but that's a nice transition shade. But we also have this shade called Serpent right there. That would be a nice transition shade as well. It is a little bit warmer, so that's why I decided to go with this Slither. I'm going to go in with the shade Poison. That's the yellow metallic, but we also have a yellow satin shade. It's almost matte actually, but it has a little bit of a sheen to it. But I'm going to go in with Hello. All right, I'm going to go in with Poison. That right here. Ooh, that's intense. All right, so I put that there. There we go. Hey sweetie, I'm gonna take Venom and I'm gonna put that right, you know, right below, kind of basically on top of where we just laid that sparkly shade. And then just feed that into the rest of the transition area. So to get some more definition in the crease, I'm gonna go in with this gray shade here called Reptile. It's like a, I would say it's like a blue gray, but it doesn't translate as blue gray on the lid or when you put it on. I see the intensity of that shade there, and you don't need a lot at all. So I put that right in the crease, and I'm spreading that to the transition area. So I think that blended out really nicely. I'm going to take that same shade on the lower lash line. All right, so for the lid, I'm gonna do a, you know, a halo. So I'm going in with Viper. This is like a olive brownish metallic. And laying that right, you know, on this outer area. And then on the inner. No need for much on the finger at all. And for the inner portion of the halo, going in with a shade above it called Death Squeeze. Now this is a taupey metallic shade, and it's, I think, my favorite in the palette because it is so shiny. It looks like you've literally melted some type of metal and just poured it onto the lid. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Such a beautiful and the ease of use, like you just put your finger in there and it's just bam, it's there. And it's no work necessary. I didn't put on a glitter glue. There is no glitter glue in sight on this lid to be found. I'm telling you. That's why I wanted to bring you guys this palette bring you this look with this palette because it is so good. It's so good. On the crease or on the outer corner is Snakeskin, the dark brown. I just want to get a little bit more depth. And you know, from the corner here. And there is a metallic black in this shade or in this palette that you could use as well. That one works nicely, even though it is metallic, you know, it works nicely in the crease. Now for the inner corner, I'm going to use Strike. This is, I would say it's another, I mean, it looks silver, but it's kind of, it's like a taupey silver, more so taupe than straight up silver. Taking that on a pointed brush and putting that right on the inner corner. Now, I did get a little bit of fallout, but the only fallout I got was from that silver, whatever strike that we just put on the inner corner. I have a little bit of specks down, you know, on my, you know, right in this area, but you know, it's kicking off decently. But I would just say, you know, either you do your face makeup after your eyes or lay down some powder to catch that, you know, potential fallout, but it's really not hardly any at all. So for the brow bone, I'm gonna just take this matte cream shade called Fang. For the eye look, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner, mascara, and of course the other eye. We're gonna come back for lips, and then we will be finished with the video. All right, you guys, so here is the final eye look with the Fenty eyeliner and the Fenty mascara. All right, so let's talk about lips. I bought 4 lip products from the Lip Bar, and what it was is a lip gloss set that came with like these 3 like nudish type shades, and then I picked up a lip pencil in the shade Straight Up. So I'm gonna show you guys what those look like real quick in swatches. All right, so here is the lip pencil in Straight Up. This looks like a more like a brick tone. I wanted to get the brown shade that they have, but it was sold out, so couldn't get that. But here is the first lip gloss. This is in the shade Bourgeois. And here it is here, Bourgeois. Alright, so this is my kind of nude, like a nice, if it'll focus, a nice pinky toned nude shade. Then the next shade is Miss Independent. I'm not good at doing this on the camera like that, but you guys can see that shade there. This is a more muted, you know, brownish, light brown, nudish kind of tone. And then the last one, this has a little bit of a sheen to it. This is called Class Act. Okay. And so that's definitely more, you know, reddish, burgundy-ish toned. All right, you guys, so you saw the swatches of the 3 lip glosses that I picked up from the lip bar. So the one I want to apply is going to be the one that, you know, was the most nude of the 3 shades, and it is called Miss Independent. Put this on. My lips are pretty dry, but I'm gonna put on the straight up lip liner with this to see how that looks. All right, so let's talk about the formula. So this formula is not like a typical gloss in my thought of a gloss. My thought of a gloss is like Pat McGrath gloss, something really shiny. It doesn't have to be thick. I do prefer the, you know, thicker kind of formula, similar to Pat McGrath, similar to Fenty, that type of a thing. So this is more like the consistency of a liquid lipstick, very thin. It's not real shiny. It's more of like a liquid lipstick that does not dry down. Okay, so if you want to think of the ColourPop satin formula, so that is what this formula kind of reminds me of. Just keep that in mind if you're looking at the Lip Bar website and you're looking at their glosses, that they are more of like a liquid lipstick that doesn't dry down. I have found that if my lips are not as exfoliated and if they're, you know, dry, then I don't get as moisturizing of a feel as I would like. That is a downside for me. For me, these are not my favorite lip products, so I had a different expectation for them. So yeah, I'm gonna add some lipstick on top from Pat McGrath. This is the 1995 Matte Trance. See what that looks like. All right, so I like that lip look better. I don't know, and I like the feel of it better too. So for these lippies, I'm just going to use them in combination with other lip products, like putting a gloss on top or something like that. I'm not a fan of the smell either. It reminds me of the fair, like walking past the elephant ear stand. So because you can smell the fried dough, like the fried dough mixed with a hint of the sweetness, but I don't know, that's what I think it smells like. So I would not purchase these again, but that is not to say that you should not. I just have a different different type of lip product that I enjoy, you know, more. So yeah, but I would want to try more from the brand. So this is the final look. I'm sliding on into a review of the new products that I have, that I showed you guys. So I already talked about the Lip Bar lip products. This product here, this bronzer and blush duo. So I would think of this more like a bronzer. So that's what I would think about this one. This once again is in the shade Double Date. I would be interested to try the one lighter than this because this one is so rich in tone. I would think that maybe the lighter one would provide me even more of a bronzer type finish versus a bronzer. But this highlighter is extremely pigmented. You guys saw that. I would use this more like a blush topper, like I already said, versus a blush. But the quality is there with this, and I really do enjoy this. So I would not hesitate to recommend it to you guys. And I am interested in trying, like I said, the shade lighter than this. Okay. What else was new? Okay, so the Danessa Myricks Dew Balms. I did already tell you guys that I would recommend this one, the Morning Dew versus Hot Water. Let me show you guys. I wonder if you guys can see how like shiny and emollient this one is versus this one. Let me know in the comments if you can see that. Like there is, it just looks a lot, you know, shinier, a lot more emollient, a lot more like greasy. I don't even know if you guys could be able to see how my finger sticks there. You can see that, you know, pulling up like that doesn't do that as much. You see how easy it, so it just seems like a different formula. I really like this powder, her Evolution powder, and I do like the Power Bronzer. I do wish she would make some more shades, but the way she does her makeup, like you guys already are, I'm sure you guys already know, it's very much so more pro oriented as far as the line is concerned. So she uses a lot of her foundations, the Vision Cream Cover, to achieve that highlight and low light when she's doing faces and things like that. So I think it's a nice product and blended out nicely. So if you are interested in the Power Bronzer, then I don't think you would be disappointed if you enjoy cream products. And yeah, and if it's deep enough for you, or if it's not too deep for you, you know. So, and everything else, guys, I really enjoyed it. The Uoma Beauty foundation is wearing very nicely. Took to the powders and everything very nicely. This eyeshadow palette, if Klarity Kosmetics has the same consistency of, you know, quality of shadows across all of their palettes, I don't hesitate to recommend the palettes to you guys. That is a beautiful palette. Alright guys, so that's that. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you have comments about any of the brands, any of the products that I mentioned, definitely leave them down below. Have you heard of Klarity Kosmetics? Completely new brand to me as of, you know, towards the end of last year. I saw the this Python palette mentioned on Indie Mood, was extremely intrigued by the color story, went ahead and purchased, and I'm so happy that I did. So let me know your thoughts on Klarity Kosmetics, on that palette. If you know, have any experience with them, definitely share it in the comment section below so others can see as well. And I will be talking to you guys really soon. I hope you enjoyed this Black owned makeup brand video. Definitely planning on bringing another one to you guys when I get more products in, because I do have some things coming in the mail. So yeah guys, thank you for your support, and thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more content from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I upload videos on luxury makeup and, you know, sometimes indie makeup and things like that. So if you're interested in those types of videos, hit the subscribe button. Join us in this corner of the YouTube universe, okay? I will be talking to you guys really soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.